Hello and welcome to Special. My name is Anastasiya, Lavrina, and now we are here at our special studio at World Urban Forum 13th session, which is taking place in Baku, Azerbaijan. Now I'm joined by a very distinguished guest, Mr. Eng Han Tan, who's a Director, Global SDGs and Leadership Development Center. More welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. And first of all, welcome to Baku, to Azerbaijan, to the World Urban Forum.
Yes, it's my first trip to Azerbaijan and my first trip to Baku. I'm impressed.
Indeed, it's very nice to hear that. So to start simply, could you tell us what is the main goal of the UNITAR SDGs Center and what brings you to the World Urban Forum this year?
Yes, I belong to this organization called Global SDG and Leadership Development Center. And together with UNITAR, United Nations Institute of Training and Research, we set up a Singapore office called SDG Singapore Office. And in this case, we want to further UNITAR's mission in Asia to be able to do capacity building, to be able to do projects related to SDGs, as well as leadership development in the Asia-Pacific region. So with that, over the last 18 months, we have actually done a lot of programs related to youth, related to city mayors who are able to use all this knowledge in order to enhance the life of the people around them as well as the city that they belong to.
Indeed, very impressive. And when you talk about the sustainable cities, people often think about the big buildings, but your center is focused most on the people and training.
Yes.
Why is education so important for the future of our cities?
Definitely. Yes, you are saying, yeah, they're right. The common knowledge is that sustainable city is always that the physical, whatever you can see, right? But beside the hardware and the software, even AI is a software, I think there are two other wares that we need to enhance. One is hardware, the heart, right? And the mindware, the mind. So what we want to do is that through my center, as well as with UNITAR's so-called collaboration, and also many other organizations. We also collaborate with International Telecoms Union, ITU. We also collaborate with ITC, International Trade Center. We want to really focus on not only the hardware and the software, but also the hardware and the mindware. So education is one of the mindware that we want to do. So with that, we feel that a lot of educational products or educational programs, educational training, capacity building to be able to see examples in front of them, we want that to happen to all the people we want to train, whether it's a city mayor or city administrators or youth in the country, that they can actually go through and to be able to see that, oh, this is how it's being done. And we also feel that a lot of times sustainable cities cannot exist without the contribution for young people. So the young people must be able to see and give their opinion and be part and parcel of the policy making and implementation of the solution, as well as maybe even in terms of piloting, as well as getting students, youth involved in being interns or volunteers in all the things that is being done to make a sustainable city.
Sustainability, economic sustainability and political will. I do remember one of the participants of this forum mentioned that without two of these elements, sustainable future and sustainable building seems impossible. Do you also think that it should be correlated, it should be done together with representatives of non-governmental organizations, youth involvement, volunteers, and of course, policymakers?
Yes, correct. So in our recent capacity building program that we did in January, February in Beijing, we invited 30 over city leaders and administrators to Beijing to be able to look into three areas: policies, they call it tools, means hardware and software tools, and financial instrument, to be able to bring back to their own country in order to implement. So as you say correctly, the political will, political strength, political perseverance to actually get things done is very important. So that's why we always look into, you can learn examples from Beijing in this case, but we also encourage them to look at the situation in their own country and be able to bring in views from the civil societies, the youth group, in order to be able to implement something that will be useful and accommodating to all parts of the society, including those disadvantaged, those people who has some physical handicaps. These are things that we need to make sure that it is being done. Yeah.
Probably you have already heard about Azerbaijan's contribution in all of these processes. Specifically, as a country has a great experience of rebuilding these cities and sometimes build them from the scratch. I'm talking now about the work which is being done on the liberated territories in Karabakh and Eastern Zangezur. Yes. The cities have been built from the scratch using the modern technologies, the green technology, renewables, and etc. What do you think global experts can learn from Azerbaijan's experience in bringing land back to life?
Exactly. This is my first trip to Azerbaijan and Baku, but in my short 2 days here, I'm taken aback because I come from Singapore, and I felt that Singapore is a well-structured, clean society. But I come to Azerbaijan, Baku, I realized that it is at a mini Singapore. I feel so proud that there is this place that I felt that it very close to my heart. And you're right to say that rebuilding a city can be building from scratch or building from the current old town, old physical. Whether is it rebuilding from existing structure or rebuilding from scratch, I think it all has their own challenges. So I always feel that the city leaders who come to Azerbaijan and come to this forum will be able to see how it's being done. And I felt that there is a lot of things that the country Azerbaijan and Baku and the other parts of Azerbaijan will be able to contribute to the knowledge sharing with them. And that's why for me, as a center, we want to create what we call the Smart City Innovation Hub, where if there's a hub in Azerbaijan, we can get surrounding countries to be able to share and to be able to interact and to implement things that are the best practices from all these things. And also another initiative I'm trying to do is what we call a lighthouse case study, because we feel that success stories from Azerbaijan or Baku are able to be shared to the rest of the world. And a lot of time, we need to make sure that this information is accessible. So we have this, what we call lighthouse project, that we put all the case studies that we feel is important on the platform that we shared around the world. So we want to do that. So whether is it capacity building or lighthouse project, we want to make sure that all the great things that Azerbaijan has done are able to be practiced in all the city leaders around the world.
So more in details, you already partially answered to my question. Yes. This forum in Baku brings together thousands of people. That's unique number of participants, over 40,000 from 182 countries all around the world. How can international organizations like UNITAR, your organization, more in details, partner with Azerbaijan to train the local youth for these big urban projects? Yes.
Global SDG and Leadership Development Center that I belong to, we really focus on youth engagement. So one of the few programs that we always focus on is internship. Because obviously the future decision makers, they need to be able to get projects that they can handle, and they are being supervised and mentored in order to do that. So the more opportunities we give to the young people about city projects that they can participate in small ways or big ways, it will be able to enhance them to make decision makers later. So internship is something that I'm very passionate. So what we do is that we have initiative whereby we get interns from other countries to do projects in another country. So by understanding how this is done, then the projects can be more multinational, multi-country, and multicultural. So we do internships in a very big way by ourselves. The other one is that we want to make sure that the students are able to, or youth are able to travel to the different countries and understand how projects are being done. So internship is a way to, has a longer life, whereby it's a few months, but traveling and to experience the thing is a few days. But I think that it's always a part of me trying to bring youth to the other part of the world to understand all the best practices adopted by different cities.
Absolutely. Yeah. And finally, Mr. Tan, one more question, if I may. Looking at the outcomes of World Urban Forum 13 session in Baku, what is the main message or takeaway that you want global leaders to remember when they leave this forum?
I think there are three messages that I want to so-called hope that all the city leaders are able to bring back. First is to inclusivity. I think all the more we need to use cities as a way to embrace all sorts of profile, all everybody in the city. So the more we have to take care of different pockets of the community that are disadvantaged, that do not know how to practice the AI or the technology that we have introduced. So that's why I hear a lot of intergenerational projects where a certain technology can be good for the young, but may disadvantage the elderly. So we need to look at all this. Number two is obviously there's a lot of talk about AI and how artificial intelligence are being practiced and can be used to the advantage of the city dwellers. So I think the city mayors will be able to learn more from each other on how to responsibly, securely use AI in this area. Number third is obviously getting youth to be more engaged. I think youth is our future generation. And the more we get them involved in different parts of the city building, I think the better the country is going to become. Because these youth are going to be future leaders. And the more they are being built to understand the whole roadmap, the better they are going to be as a future leader of the country.
Mr. Tan, thank you so much. Again, it was indeed a great pleasure to host you in our special studio on World Urban Forum. Once again, welcome to Baku and hope to see you again in Azerbaijan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much. Just to remind to our viewers, you watched Special on AnewZ in our special studio at World Urban Forum 13th session. My guest was Mr. Eng Han Tan, who is the Director, Global SDGs and Leadership Development Center. Stay with AnewZ and see you soon.